This week, the dinosaurs are coming out to play as Gina and I are joining the 3rd annual UTV rally in Bullfrog Valley, based out of Ticaboo Lodge.
Then we're taking a look at some of the most remote riding trails in the state that offer some of the best overlooks you'll ever see as the AYL crew heads back to Vernal.
And finally, as the seasons begin to change, many people recognize the sights of the fall leaves. But what about the sounds? Stick around later as Reece Stein is back to show off the sounds of fall. It's all headed your way now. At Your Leisure is next. Well, that, my friends, is the Brimhall Arch, and that is 2 miles away. That is a 5-mile round trip hike, and it's straight down, straight back up, straight down, straight back up, out again. And unless you are an avid hiker, you probably haven't been there. And I can tell you right now, this is as close as I've gotten. Hello, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Kevin Mortensen, and I'm here with Gina and two of our kids, John and Shelby.
We're here at the rally in the Bullfrog Valley, and we're having a really good time. At least I am. I've had really good food, had a nice party last night with some really fun people.
We hung out last night and we haven't laughed that much in years. We're with the owners of the Ticaboo Resort, Captain Ray Golden, who runs the Ticaboo Resort with his wife Amy, Chad Dietrich, and Bruce Huntington. And those guys, Chad Dietrich from Ride, Utah, and Bruce Huntington from Utah Offroad. These are the guys, and of course we can't forget Brett Stewart. These are guys who are instrumental in a lot of the OHV protections and actions that are happening around the state. You know, we can't forget our own Shannon Bushman is running tail gunner today for us on this trail. We're having a good time. We're out here. If you look behind me, that is Capitol Reef National Park. If you really look up through there, you can see the Boulder Mountain, and in front of me behind the camera is the Bears Ears and the Henry Mountains. We're in for a treat today. So everybody, come along and let us show you Southeast Utah.
We're here at Ticaboo's rally in Bullfrog Valley, and it's a wonderful event. It's our 3rd annual, and this year we have 226 registrants, and I think we had about 130 or 135 machines. This particular rally was really special to us because of our invited guest, Dr. Josh Lively, curator and paleontologist for the Prehistoric Museum of Price.
This is kind of a unique version of it because we're out here kind of taking a look at the geology, the rocks. One thing that's really neat about Utah is that I can take someone out and show them a fossil and rocks from just about every geologic time period when this part of Utah was covered by a shallow seaway. That seaway actually stretched from the Gulf of Mexico to the Arctic Ocean. You can go out during this time period and find marine fossils. One of the most common fossils that you find are these little oysters, commonly referred to as devil's toenails by rock hounders. I brought down some representative fossils that have been found in similar rock units here, but also in other parts of the state, just to give people a taste of some of the fossils that could potentially be found in these rocks.
It's really important to us to have somebody that offers interpretive trips, in this particular case, to explain exactly the formations and the history of the dinosaurs and the type that roamed our area and the different laws and rules about searching for rocks, dinosaur bones, or coprolite or fossils.
Okay, so we pull off the trail. Dr. Josh, who's our guide, kind of, with Ray, has a couple tables set up with bones on them.
They're not bones, they're fossils, you guys. They're much heavier than an actual bone.
Wait, he says he's a doctor.
All of his patients are dead.
When he's got bones.
Yes.
So what is that type of doctor that he said he was?
He's a paleontologist.
So he's a paleontologist. And Dr. Josh is the curator of a dinosaur museum in Price, and he's got not bones, but fossils on a table behind us. He's showing us all the fun stuff, and you know, we've walked around and we found some fossils on the ground.
We have found fossils. Like I've touched fossils with my hands.
We found dead animals laying out here in the middle of nowhere.
And I'm taking some home with me.
This is a great place to be. The weather's perfect, the sky is blue, the Henry Mountains are behind us, Capitol Reef National Park is right there. We've got Ticaboo Resort just a couple of miles over the hill, and Lake Powell's just over that hill. You guys are really missing out, but I'm hungry.
Okay, let's
And
go
look,
eat.
they're starting to set up to eat.
Okay, let's go eat.
So I've got my food. We're gonna go eat. We're gonna send you guys off to check out this week's Where To.
When most people think of Vernal, Utah, they think dinosaurs. Beyond the rich prehistoric history of Uinta County, there is even richer natural beauty to be found here. And of course, one of the best ways to experience it is from a side-by-side.
You can't see what we see in your own vehicle. It's just, what's off the grid is just so, there's just so much more. It's breathtaking. It's just serenity up here.
This isn't something you see when you just come to Vernal. You have to come out and travel and come up in the mountains, and you don't, not everyone has vehicles to do that. So, I mean, get on one of these and you can come see all this beautiful stuff that you don't see just in town. Anybody that loves the outdoors would love this place because that's what it offers, is everything. The lakes, fishing, hiking.
I love nature. It makes me feel alive. It just makes me feel, at peace, away from everyone, It feels almost like meditation. You feel relaxed because you're out here and you're away from all the drama and all the people. And I enjoy the outdoors because of that. Just get a break from reality.
So we rode up to Docks Beach, and then we went up to Taylor Mountain from there, and then now we're at Ashley Gorge. So yeah, it's been absolutely beautiful. We've been able to see a lot of things along the way. Like, pictures don't do it justice. You have to be here in person to see everything. And you can always switch off too. It's fun to drive, and then it's also fun to be a passenger.
Much like the rest of Utah, every twist of the trail reveals indelible reminders of the Native American inhabitants who lived on these lands for thousands of years, as well as the Spanish explorers and Old West cowboys who followed.
Vernal is amazing in so many ways. There's so much history here. There's so much more than just the dinosaurs.
They were known for roaming out here, Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, the Wild Bunch Gang. The history on that, Josie's Cabin, there's tons of history here. I mean, Rhodes Gold Mines, you've got Skinwalker Ranch. We have a lot of petroglyphs. We've got thousands of them out here.
They have just writings of Bigfoot, the seven toes, animals, moose, elk, deer. They just have drawings of history about, their tribes. It talks about the Spaniards.
We've got a lot of knowledge on the history of our area and things we have in our own backyard right here. It's an amazing place.
And whatever kind of OHV experience you're looking for, Adventure Tours Vernal will help you find it.
Be prepared to have a good time. We'll take you out of your comfort zone, but we'll walk you through everything. We do guided tours with these Kawasaki KRX machines, which I think are the best machine for the type of riding we do. We're a lot of rock crawling. These things are perfect for Utah terrain. We'll take groups large and small. We'll also take people that have their own machines. We welcome people that have their own machines. We want to take as many people that have their own machines and show them our backyard. And we'll do some beginner, intermediate. We'll get into the pucker factor for sure with people. But if they want to get to the extreme stuff, they've got to bring their own machine. We'll test them. We'll see what they're capable of, and we'll push them a little bit. We'll do it safely. And it's up to them on what they feel comfortable with doing with their own machine.
It's great because we'll have people come and go on a guide that have never been on a machine before. They're a little nervous in the beginning, but as soon as David takes them out and they get on the trail and he walks them through step by step what to do, and they build a sense of confidence and then just feel so much joy in it afterward. Regardless if you've ever been on a machine before, you'll feel like you're a pro when you're done.
In the town of Vernal, I'm Stephen Heumann with this week's Where To.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Our What's New is another cooking segment because we love to eat.
Yeah, we do, and actually cooking's kind of fun too. Comrade, if you find this in your kotletki, you know you've been being served dinner by an imposter. This is going to be the most simple recipe. This is going to be butter steaks heaven for you.
Yep.
And we're featuring Yardley premium beef along with some really high quality locally grown pork. And we are going to make Russian burgers, or as Ria called them, Ruski burgers. We adopted a family that had just moved from Odessa on the Black Sea to the United States. And we're taking a trip. They were in Salt Lake. We were going to go to pick up their stuff in San Francisco. So they made a whole bunch of stuff. These sandwiches called koteletki, or kotelecki if you live closer to Poland, is a traditional sandwich. And for years I've been trying to chase down Titania, who's the lady that made them, and finally she relented and I got the recipe. Look, this is all the ingredients.
Yeah.
You can pack this in your cooler, take it on a camping trip.
Let's get cooking.
So let's get cooking. All right, so it's real simple. You start with a pound of Yardley premium beef, of course, and a pound of pork. They're equally mixed. To get in the mood, got to get Russian accent. You need 1 egg, and you crack an egg into it. Then you want, and this is important, 2 pieces of stale.
That's stale.
Stale bread. It has to be able to soak up half a cup of milk. And of course, that's basically it for the sandwich. A little bit of grated onion, we're going to cheat on that, do it the easy way. Minced garlic and a little bit of tarragon. And that's basically what goes in the burger.
What about the goat cheese?
The goat cheese is the topping. They mix a little goat cheese, a little bit of chives.
Yeah, anything's good with fresh chives, don't you think?
Sour cream, and we're using cream cheese just to Americanize it a little bit. Mix everything together. So once bread is nice and soaked, really soft, you mix that in. I consider this to be therapy. We're going to get the burger patties ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out a little bit of breadcrumbs, and then you just pat them like this.
Oh, those are perfect. It's so soft. It's like velvet. They're so soft.
These were made from Russia with love when we went on our trip with our friends. Okay, so you take the patties that have got the breadcrumbs and the bread in them, and you
Nice.
drop them in there
Yep.
under medium to medium high heat.
Okay.
Cook them 4 minutes and flip them over.
Okay, 4 minutes. I'm setting the timer.
I do have high expectations of this. How's your smell-o-vision working, Ria?
Oh my gosh, those look so good. I say we eat them. Take the chance.
No,
Let's go for it.
no. Where's the angel on the other shoulder, please?
Chad, don't do it, Chad. No, Chad, do it.
Wait till you get them on the bun, doctored up and in your mouth. So let's do that right now. You dress it with a little dollop of this goat cheese sour cream.
Oh, look at that.
Top it with a pickle or 2. Do we have the pickles?
I got the pickles.
Just 1, that's fine.
All right, 1 pickle it is.
And then you top it with a bun, just like
Look at
that.
that beautiful. Chad, knocked it out of the park.
So if you want the recipe for this, go to our website. You will find it right below.
Yes.
And while you're there, if you want to get the really high quality beef that you want to cook this with, you can get a link there too, and go right to that spot and get it.
Oh.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for our cooking segment this week. We will catch you next time, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure.
You know what? That was not near as scary as they made it sound. I did that with my eyes closed.
Yeah, because you were scared.
I'm not going to deny that.
Can't.
We've got some amazing slot canyons down here. There's some sand dunes, that we've got tall hills and short climbs. We're having a lot of fun, but you know what? There's some fun stuff going on back at the resort.
I hear there's food.
There is food.
Chocolate.
You guys hungry?
Yes, yes. We're ready.
All right, so we'll see everybody back down at the Ticaboo Resort for some fun.
The 3rd annual rally in Bullfrog Valley has a specific purpose in mind, and that is to assist everyone in the off-road community to come out and check out our trails. We have over 1,000 miles of trails in the Henry Mountains and the Robbers Roost area. You can leave right out of our lodge parking lot. You can trailer to some trailheads, but you can go explore all the Henry Mountains and the Bird Desert and the Robbers Roost Desert. And it's really untouched trails, and what we're trying to do here with this rally is expose people to it and get them to come out and check out what we have. It's very unique. So the more we can educate the public, the more we can educate the off-road community, the more you'll see less abuse on the land. And that's what our major objective is working in partnership with BLM. They're great partners to have. and that's what we're surrounded by. And also National Park Service, because we're also surrounded by Glen Canyon, NRA. So by having these partnerships with DNR, Parks and Recreation, and the OHV community, I think we're helping to protect our public lands.
Okay, well, we're back here at the Ticaboo Resort. We've seen some amazing country and some amazing trails, and now we're here for some amazing food.
This is always good because it's put together by Big Daddies, and they do an amazing job. Every year, they make it worth coming back.
Big Daddy's out of Monroe. You guys nail it out of the park. Every time we come out here, the food's just absolutely, impeccable. But you know what? There's music playing behind us. There's people starting to gather. There's a campfire going, and that's just one of the fun parts of coming to a rally.
Well, the dirt is always fun, but the people make it worth coming back for. Food, the people, everything.
That's right, we're making new friends. We're having a good time. So we're gonna finish eating, we're gonna go hang out with the people, and we're gonna send you guys off to check out this week's Along the Way.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure in Jensen, Utah, in the heart of dinosaur land, where this time of year things can get pretty noisy.
They are the sights and the sounds that make us know that the seasons are changing.
Sandhill cranes pass through Utah each fall on their yearly migratory journey from their summer homes in far northern Alaska and Canada. They are headed for Mexico and southwestern U.S. for the winter. The Uinta Basin serves as a refueling stop for thousands of cranes. The birds spend the night safely on the river, then at sunup move to the stubble grain fields to stoke up.
We have a perfect environment for them. Over here on Dinosaur National Monument, and then on the other side of town in Ouray, we have the wildlife refuge, and so it's a great stopover spot. It's kind of a swampy area on the Green River where they can rest and roost at night, and then the fields, all the agricultural fields, they come out and eat at all day long.
Sandhill cranes stand from 2.5 to 4.5 feet tall with a bright red spot on their foreheads. Up to 7.5-foot wingspans make them skilled soaring birds. Their migratory flocks can contain hundreds of birds. Their name comes from the Nebraska sandhills along the Platte River, where thousands of birds stop over during migration. We saw them here on a trip back east several years ago. It's an amazing sight and sound, and they add a spectacular flair to Great Plains sunsets. Jensen resident Heather Campbell hosts these birds nearly in her backyard.
I love it. It just makes living here spectacular.
The cranes are a big reason Kelly Lynch moved to the basin.
I came down to look for a house in March, and when I first got out of my car, cranes were flying over, and that made me realize I knew I could live here.
They're big, they're noisy, and I also learned today that they're the oldest prehistoric bird around, that's still living.
Fossils indicate crane ancestors have been cruising North America for 10 million years. Modern sandhill fossils date from 2.5 million years ago, half again as long as any other living bird.
Sandhill cranes in dinosaur land are a great reminder that birds are avian dinosaurs, the direct descendants of those wonderful beasts that we have preserved as fossils in the rock. We can actually see them and hear them still today.
Each fall, the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources hosts a public crane viewing adventure in Jensen, providing binoculars, spotting scopes, and lots of good information.
We have this annual event. We just want to kind of showcase some of the great wildlife we have here in Utah. So this week it's sandhill cranes.
Reece Stein at your leisure along the way in Jensen, Utah.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're back here at one of my favorite hotels in the entire state, the Ticaboo Lodge Resort. And that's not because it's so close to Lake Powell. This is just a cool little place, like a little museum in here.
Yes, we were here 2 years ago and it was great then, but in 2 years they've made a lot of improvements and I'm really impressed with what's here now.
A really great job. Kudos to everybody that had a hand in making it what it is today. If you're sitting at home and you're wondering, you know, what's this place out here in southeast Utah? Just get on the phone and book a room. Come on down and check it out.
Absolutely, and we're going to check out the resort, and while we do that, we're going to send you off to check out next week's show.
Next week, Chad and Ria are joining our friends from Orderville as they take a journey up Harris Mountain to the Clay Flats.
Then, the AYL crew is off to look at one of the most controversial off-road riding areas in Utah history. Be sure to tune in to find out what fun you can have in Caneville.
And finally, with water levels reaching record lows at Lake Powell, the lake is revealing a plethora of new locations and new mysteries to be discovered. Now let's take a look at this week's contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Stephen Jones, and it looks like he's going to win a Clearly Tough windshield for his rig.
Clearly Tough offers the strongest windshields on the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more details.
And it looks like he's going to win a $100 gas and gift card from the folks at Eagles Landing,
which is the best place to fuel up on your next adventure. Congratulations, Stephen. Be sure to call us Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
Well, next week's show looks great.
It really does. You're not going to want to miss it. And thank you for not missing this week's show. We've had a great weekend out here at Ticaboo. It was fun meeting Pitt Grew, who's the new director of the Governor's Office of Recreation. We want to wish him a warm AYL welcome to the OHV world. And we're here with the winners of the what is it? It's a contest. What do they call it?
It was the dinosaur contest.
The dinosaur contest. We asked viewers to dress their machines up as dinosaurs, and we ended up with a tie. These two were absolutely amazing. So tell me who you are.
Tanya.
Tanya from Helper.
Corey.
And Corey from Saratoga Springs. Congratulations. You won. And have you had a good time out here?
Oh, it's been great.
It's been good. This is an event that we don't want you to miss next year. Put this on your calendar. We want to thank Ride Utah and Chad Dietrich for all the work he's done. Brett Stewart and Bruce Huntington from Utah Off-Road, and of course the Ticaboo Resort and the owners who are putting so much effort into making this a great place to come. You can come down here and get everything you need and get away from just really the world. But you know what, we're out of time. Half hour just goes by just like that. So we'll see you guys back next week, same time, same place, and remember, there's adventure around every bend.
You just have to get out there and create it yourself.
At your leisure.